Alright, I haven't made a video in a while. I've been kind of busy with work, other things, but in a follow-up to the previous video, I finally figured out my turbo. And it's pretty hard going back and watching those, knowing now what I didn't know then. But, figured it out. And I feel really stupid. And I kinda am, but at least I figured it out. I fixed it. The car was in a limp mode. Not like a full limp mode, because it would still, I could still drive at any speed. It didn't limit RPM. But I guess Subaru, I still haven't figured out exactly what it is, but it's some type of limp mode that Subaru has that will disable the turbo and retard timing. And that's all it does. Just keeps the wastegate wide open and retards timing. From as far as I can tell. And I believe that is due to the fact that I had codes from my smog pump because I had it removed because it was failing. I was already getting codes, so I just had it removed. I just did a really simple delete. But I was supposed to go to a tune shop that same day and have the codes removed and have a tune for the lack of smog pump. And when I should have called the same day and gotten that appointment at the tune shop, and then I forgot. And then I took a 2-week vacation right after scheduling my appointment at the mechanic to have the smog pump delete, and then I remembered when I got back that I needed to do that, and it was too late. They didn't have any openings for the day I needed. And this place is 2 hours away, so I didn't want to come back. So I asked the mechanic, I was like, can I get away for a bit without, or with these codes, and he was like, yeah, it should be fine. Well, I didn't realize that those codes would be giving me, I'd have limp mode. I had no idea. So, yeah, so basically I'm stupid. And I finally realized, and I had that suspicion, but, I just didn't, I don't know why I don't know. I was just like, but they're such simple codes, why would I give the car limp mode? But yeah, I guess that's the lesson of, check the easy shit first before you start digging into the car and pulling out a turbo and then realizing there's nothing wrong with the turbo. So yeah, basically took the access port, plugged it into my computer. I got Access Tuner, which $150 for the stupid training was annoying, but especially because all I will ever use it for is getting rid of check engine lights, because I am not going to tune my own car. It's not something I want to do. I'd much rather trust a professional to do that. And the reason I didn't just go to a tune shop to do it is because I don't want to drive 2 hours. I only get 2 days a week that I don't work my other job, and I'm still working another job. I work 7 days a week. So Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I only work one job, but it's in the afternoon. It's 4:30 to 9 at night. And then other days I work by 7:30 to 3, and then 4:30 to 9, and then weekends I only work 7:30 to 3. So it's really hard to find the time to drive 2 hours to Colorado Springs to go to a tune shop when I could just do it myself. So I decided to bite the bullet, bought Access Tuner for $150, and then did it. Pretty simple. All I had to do was just take the access port, plug it in my computer, take the map off of the access port, well, really just make a copy of it, put it in the Access Tuner, go to edit, view parameters, and then you just uncheck check engine lights. That's it. Or codes. That's it. You just deselect the codes you don't want the ECU to present to you. That was all I had to do. I just deselected all the ones for secondary air pump. No more check engine light, and I have boost. But I'm making. I peaked. Okay, the other day, the highest peak PSI I've seen so far. And maybe it's because the ECU needs to do some relearning, stuff like that. I've only been driving like this for a day. I did this yesterday. But the peak I saw was 8.9 PSI, and that was wide open throttle. So I'm not entirely sure if I could very easily still have a boost leak. I still gotta figure that out. But regardless, going from maybe getting to get the turbo to make 1 pound of boost under full load, because the wastegate on these cars are good, but it's more the stock downpipe. The wastegate has no room. It just can't breathe. So even though the wastegate was wide open, I was still making 1 pound of boost under heavy load. But yeah, going from making 1 pound of boost to making 9, huge difference. I've never owned a turbocharged car, and I don't really know that's the thing though, is that I didn't feel a significant loss in power after I got my check engine lights for the smog pump. So that's why it's a little confusing, because I'm like, okay, it didn't feel like the car was suddenly way slower. But now that I got rid of these check engine lights, it might just be because of the stage 1 tune on the car. Car feels so much different. It's awesome. I love it. I'm now much more in love with my car than I already was. I was in love with the car for the looks, but now I'm in love with it for how it performs as well. That's awesome, but I'd definitely like to figure out why I'm not making my full 13.5 as advertised on stage 1 tune. And that's peak. You're not going to see that every time, but I'm not that worried about it. Making 9 is still pretty nice, but it'd be cool to make a little more. I'd be happy with peaking at 12. 12 to 13 would be great. So I gotta figure that out, but I'm not that stressed about it. I have a couple ideas of where a boost leak could be. The other thing I'd like to do sometime soon, but it's pain, is a new turbo inlet, because mine, where the rubber meets up with the turbo, is a little, I don't know, it's kind of melty. Rubber gets that point where it's gets all kind of melty and sticky and crumbly. Yeah, it's doing that. It seems like it's still sealing, but that wouldn't be a boost leak, but it still would be air getting into the system after the MAF and before the turbo, and I don't really want that. So a new inlet would probably be a good thing to do. Figure out where the boost leak is. I'm sure I have some. There's got to be some boost leak. But the only other thing is that I think, and it could be a combination of boost leak in this, is that I think my cat is probably my catalytic converter is probably clogged. Old enough car, I think it's probably fucked. I wanted to go catless downpipe, but I think I'm not going to be able to do that now. I think I'm going to have to go catted aftermarket. I'm going to have to go high flow. That's because this is a video. This will be a discussion for another video, but I think I might be moving to a city at some point in the next year or so. Long story. Once there's better details on that, I will make a video about it. That me and Nino are moving, but regardless, they have emissions, so I can't be going catless, whereas we don't have emissions here. So I'm a little worried about the smog pump thing now that I don't have it, but at least I'm not gonna go catless now. I'm like, I gotta keep something in there. So I might do high flow cat at some point. This is all gonna be probably more into this winter. The other exciting news that I have, and again, I'm gonna edit this quite a bit. I want this video to be a pretty short update video. Is that my good buddy Aaron, the one that has the Blahby STI, the silver one that I talked about in my introduction video, who is moving out here. He's moving to Salt Lake City. He managed to get from one of our other buddies a 5-speed Subaru transmission and rear diff, and is bringing it to me. He's just gifting it to me. He bought off his friend, a friend of ours, picked up an old, just an NA Saab, but a Subaru, the one with the Subaru motor and trans and all that shit, and now he's partying it out. My buddy Aaron bought the transmission and rear diff, and he's bringing it to me. So now, I'm gonna have 5-speed transmission for my car. It's still probably going to be a while until it makes it into the car. I would say it's probably going to be a while. I got to source all the other parts, stuff like that. Got to find a mechanic that's going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I don't care what anyone tells me. I'm not going to do it myself. I'm willing to spend the money to have someone else do it. So, yeah. But, so yeah, I got to source some of the other parts, but it's happening. I wasn't sure when I was going to be able to get a 5-speed manual for this car, It was kind of something where I was like, yeah, I really want it, but I don't want to stress it, and I don't want to rush it. That was the biggest thing. I was like, I don't want to rush it. It's something that if I fuck it up, I'm gonna really regret it. But yeah, my buddy Aaron's bringing me one, so now I don't have to worry about sourcing a tranny and a diff. But now I gotta figure out what else I need. I know that I'll need a clutch, shifter itself, like I think I'm gonna get a short throw shifter, probably a Cartboy. I like the Cartboy, maybe the Cobb adjustable one, but the Cartboy actually comes with new bushings. That's something I do want. Then I already have a shift knob off my old car that I want to use. It's a BAM shift, so made of bamboo and all that fancy stupid shit. Yeah, I'm excited. So definitely some exciting shit going on. So some point in the next couple months, say sometime between now and February, you'll definitely see a video on 5-speed transmission swap into an automatic Forester. So I won't be doing it in a mechanic shop, well, but I will document the process the best I can. Because I think there's probably a lot of people that would like to do a swap like this and would rather pay a mechanic to do it. And I don't blame them. That's what I'm doing, because, you know, I can do some things on my own. Like I did the turbo thing, but that ended up turning into a nightmare. And I'd much rather just have the security of just paying a professional, and also, like, you know, just it's kind of, in a way, it's supporting the community. Paying a mechanic, especially like one that's like they're a specialized, you know, modified car mechanic, not just your, your typical mechanic. That's kind of supporting the local community, you know, just being like, hey, here's this big project, you know, that you guys will make some good change on, you know. So, and it gives me the security of knowing it's been done correctly, and that's the biggest thing. Because because keep in mind that then next year, I plan on doing a 1,600-mile road trip to West Virginia. So it would be a little shitty if it was done wrong. Like, so it was done by me. It would be bad, because then something would break halfway across the country in the middle of fucking Kansas or something. That would suck. So I'd much rather it be done by a professional quickly, and then be able to work out the kinks over the next couple of months after, to really be like, okay, like, here's what's wrong, here's what needs to be fixed, and then fix it and get all the kinks worked out before I drive it across the fucking country with a transmission the car wasn't designed for. So yeah. But I'm gonna stop. I'm starting to ramble, so I'm gonna stop. But yeah, I just want to make a little update. I hadn't made a video in like 2 weeks. And I really want to make videos on this channel. It's just things need to happen to the car for me to make videos, and nothing's happened other than fixing the boost and stuff. So yeah, this is gonna be a little update. I'd say it's probably gonna be another couple weeks, at least, until I make another video, just because I don't really have anything in the plans yet for anything soon. It's all gonna be just paying off the car, and then things will happen. So I'd say maybe next, I might not make an update video, but next, like, full length, like, video of something going on and happening, give it a month or two. So sorry about that, but it'll be a bit of a wait, but I'll get around to it. So yeah, thanks for watching.